Hello everyone and welcome to the Maths Live channel. Today we will see concept of particular integrals. So output of today's lecture is understand the concept of particular integral so that we can write down the general solution of any linear differential equations. Because linear differential equation contains two parts, complementary function and particular integrals. Complementary functions are already over, we have solved so many examples on that. Now let us concentrate on particular integrals. What is our linear differential equation? Our differential equation is phi of d operating on y is equal to f of x. This is our non-homogeneous linear differential equations. For homogeneous differential equation, f of x is 0 and complementary function is the final answer. But for non-homogeneous linear differential equations, we must have f of x not equal to 0. So here phi of d operating on y is equal to f of x. If I write it properly, y is equal to, just transfer this phi of d to RHS. I get 1 upon phi of d operating on f of x. Means clearly phi of d at the denominator, it is operator, but first one it was a derivative, now it becomes 1 upon derivative means integration. Just like d of y is equal to x. So it is a derivative here, but y is equal to 1 upon d of x means integration of x. So it is integration of x dx, like that. Understood? So here this operator 1 upon d is called is integral operator. That's why we call particular integrals here. We get a particular values. We are not going to add any constant, though it is a integration. Already all constants we have added in complementary functions. So no need to add constants while taking the integrations also here. Okay. There are three methods to solve this. The first one is shortcut method. Shortcut method means using formulas. Shortcut method means using formulas. So these methods we are going to use shortcut method. Then second with general method and variation of parameter method. These are the three methods. Now solve by shortcut method. Shortcut method means using formulas. So today we will see 2-3 formulas and examples on that. So the first formula, it depends totally on f of x. If I take f of x is simply e raised to ax. So I get a new formula here. What I get? 1 upon phi of d operating on e raised to ax. 1 upon phi of d operating on e raised to ax is equal to 1 upon phi of a e raised to ax. Try to understand the concept here. What I did here, I replace d by a. In place of d, I wrote a here. Just replace d by a, but provided phi of a not equal to 0, because if phi of a equal to 0, it becomes 1 upon 0 infinity. I didn't get the finite solution. Always our aim is to get finite solution. Okay, in engineering problems we required finite solutions. So here phi of a not equal to 0 we take. If phi of a equal to 0, what's happened? This concept we have to remember throughout all the examples. If phi of a equal to 0, if suppose phi of a equal to 0, then you have to multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator. Keep in your mind my sentence. You have to multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator and again replace d by a. So here see 1 upon phi of d operating on e raised to ax is equal to multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator with respect to d, that is phi dash of d, and replace d by a, then e raised to ax. I multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator and replace d by a. So just keep in your mind, whenever denominator becomes 0, for any situation when denominator equal to 0, multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator. Now your question is, we have multiplied by x, if different variable is there, then no problem, you multiply by that variable. Suppose if I take d by dx as t, capital D is d by dt, then I have to multiply by t. Here d by dx is there, that's why we replace by x. If d by dz is there, then we replace by z, like that. So here multiply by z. So here x multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator. If this phi dash of a is not equal to 0, we want here. What's happen if it is equal to 0? Again multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator. See, in general I can write, suppose if I take d minus a raised to r e raised to ax. See carefully here now. D minus a raised to r, power is raised to r, right? Means r times the derivative possible. So here x raised to r upon r factorial e raised to ax. I will prove in a smaller case this one. Suppose 1 upon d minus 1, simple I take, its square e raised to x. D minus 1 bracket square e raised to x is equal to, what I told you, replace d by a. What is value of a here? E to the power. Just see the power of e. Power of e is only x and its coefficient is 1. So replace d by 1. So here I get 1 upon 1 minus 1 bracket square e raised to x. So it becomes 0. 1 minus 1 0, right? So case fail. So what I have to do? Multiply by x and take the derivative of denominator. Multiply by x and derivative of denominator 2 into d minus 1. Understood? E raised to x as it is. Now this x outside the calculation, we have multiplied it. Don't take in the calculation it. Right? Again now replace d by 1, I get 1 minus 1 0. So here this x as it is, and again denominator becomes 0, means take multiply by again x. So here x square upon this 2, derivative of d is 1 and minus 1 is 0, so no problem, e raised to x. So our answer is x square upon 2 e raised to x. That I am saying here, x raised to r upon r factorial e raised to x, because if you take 3, then 3 into 2 6, like that it goes. Understood? Next one is, you have to remember this for all the concepts, all the problems, and throughout the unit we have to remember this whenever we use the shortcut method. Denominator not equal to 0. Okay? Suppose I take 1 upon phi of d operating on e raised to minus ax. What's happened? E raised to minus ax. Then replace d by minus a. Again provided phi of minus a not equal to 0. Correct? Phi of minus a not equal to 0. If constant is there, 1 upon phi of d operating on constant k. Constant is there. Then if constant is there, then replace it by 0. Phi of 0. Replace d by 0 and k as it is. Correct? Next one is 1 upon phi of d operating on a raised to x, a to the power x. Then replace 1 upon d by log a. So 1 upon phi log a raised to x. A raised to x is there, then replace it by log a. A raised to minus x is there, then replace by minus log a. According to that, you have to change. Understood it? Okay, I will take one example for the understanding purpose. So here, the first example for understanding is let us solve, find particular integral, find pi. If I write short, then I hope you understood. Find particular integral d square minus 5d plus 6 operating on y is equal to 3 e raised to 5x. Suppose this is my question, 3 e raised to 5x, and I have to find only particular integral. So pi is equal to 1 upon d square minus 5d plus 6 operating on 3 e raised to 5x. You can take 3 outside, replace d by 5. Here see carefully, 5x, a is 5. So replace d by 5. 5 square minus 5 into 5 plus 6 and e raised to 5x as it is. So our answer is 3 1 upon 5 square is 25 minus 5 into 5 again 25 plus 6 e raised to 5x. So 25 get cancelled, 3 upon 6 e raised to 5x. So our answer is 1 by 2 e raised to 5x. Now this example we solve for pi, but I advise you to solve it completely, find CF as well as particular integral. Okay, thanks for watching. We will take some more examples in next video.